What's up? Good morning. Steak, no hat today.
Fresh bald head.
Did you just get cut up?
Yeah, dude. Feels nice.
Do you get bicked?
What? Yeah.
Do you bick yourself?
Most of the times, yeah. But when I want to clean up the beard, I go to Jiggy.
Oh, Jiggy's still rocking?
Jiggy's still rocking, dude.
I thought he went up to Connecticut, or maybe he was from Connecticut.
That's where he's from. Yeah, he's back in Orlando.
Well, we can spare everybody the Jiggy talk. What's up? Good morning. We are NFL Week 11. I think that sounds about right. Week 11 newsletter is out. If you didn't get it, here you go. Here's the link to the website. Head on there, thedegenerateweekly.com. Subscribe. We've got 3 best bets, and we've got one other play that I probably should have done a better job giving mid-major Matt credit to in the newsletter, but I'll be sure to do that later, especially if it cashes. But we all, I think, came to the conclusion that we're good fading the Miami Dolphins here. Stakes best bet's going to be the Patriots. I'm good with it. That was one of my I would say first leans when I looked at the board. Like the Patriots there. Greg is going with an under on the Bills Chiefs. I'm going to go with an under on the Broncos Falcons. We'll talk about it when Greg gets on here, but just wanted to tee that up. And Stake is on because nice and early, which I appreciate because he's you may have gotten me hooked on betting the NBA. So I don't know if you're fully ready for this because
I'm fully ready.
Okay.
I love betting the NBA.
But you know how I get. And
Yeah.
I remember, God, was it pre or post COVID? I think it was before COVID. I want to say I was on my couch texting you about some white center on the Charlotte Hornets. Do you remember this? Because I had his rebounds or his points. Was it Zeller?
Yeah, honestly, I think it was Cody Zeller.
Cody Zeller. Listen, if I'm getting in on the NBA, I'm going all in. All right. I'm not pussyfooting around. Plumlee. No, not Plumlee. Does that mean Josh Giddey Day? No, I don't know, though. Love the newsletter today. Thank you, Ian. Appreciate that. Appreciate the support. So we had one game in the NBA last night. Did you bet on it?
The Mavericks.
God damn it. What did you fucking tail? You tailed Prime, didn't you?
I tailed Prime. No, I'm just kidding. The second they announced the Kyrie thing and I saw I could get it at 6.5, I jumped on it.
Oh, well,
then I thought I was a genius because it went right back to 8. I was like, oh, I'm fucking smoking this bet.
I don't blame you then for that. I thought it was adorable that Primer sent a 4.5-minute 2-part video into the Discord. And I did listen to it. I don't think you did, and that's fine. I skimmed. Actually, I did the steak special. I skimmed.
Yeah.
And
I'm not listening to any voice note over 30 seconds. I'm not.
But you do listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
Real quick, by the way, I just saw this. We got a level 2 hype train because Ollie subscribed, 20-monther. Shout out Ollie for the first round leader, Justin Lauer. Bang. And we got Nutbuster dropping 5 gifted subs. Boosa, Yancey Twin, Will, K44. Appreciate you guys. Mike Tyson or Jake Paul? Stake, I leave it to you.
Jake Paul.
I mean, it's just one of those things, right? Don't bet against Jake Paul.
Things where you don't bet against Jake Paul and everyone's going to see the plus 185 or whatever on Mike Tyson and take it just like they always do. And Jake Paul, for some reason, is too big of a favorite and he's going to win.
Beeman, I don't know if I agree. We just bought bad news with the Sixers. Didn't we?
Yeah, we did. But I'll say this. It's definitely not working at the clip it was. That's for sure.
Okay. Fair enough. Noted. Without further ado, let's get into it. We got 5 more sub bangs. Thrasher, you fucking miserable Baltimore motherfucker. You must be feeling good because the Ravens are riding high. 5 sub bangs. Hollywood, Prince Nova, T Smooth, Rye Guy, and Ruples. W's. All right, that's a good that's a good segue to get into the board. Oh, real quick, let's recap. Commanders, Eagles. You had the Eagles. I like the Eagles. I like the under. Didn't play it. Went with Saquon Barkley. He went over. He hit the receiving yards and rushing yards as well. Good call there. Did you have any takeaways from that game? I watched the first half.
Did I have any takeaways? Jaden Daniels is still a rookie. Jalen Hurts gets shit on more than any quarterback I've ever seen, maybe for not doing that much bad. I know you're one of them. I don't understand really how that entire game pretty much we watched Jaden Daniels have a worse game, dumping the ball off to Austin Eckler fucking 7 times in the first half and doing nothing else. And then we shit on Jalen Hurts. I think that's kind of crazy. I actually think the narrative on Jalen Hurts has gotten too negative. And then my other takeaway is Quinion Mitchell is insane. Absolutely insane how he takes your number 1 wide receiver out of a football game.
Okay, good takeaways. I'll ease up a little bit on Jalen Hurts. But you have to admit, some plays he makes are like, they're not just bad. They're really frustrating. Like the nonchalant, in the pocket, and then he gets strip sacked or something and fumbles or turns the ball over. The one for me is where he was rolling out to his left. The cornerback fell down and AJ Brown was wide open.
That was his worst play of the game.
And that was on a 3rd down too. Maybe everything got better from there, and that's great. I have a takeaway. You ready for this?
Yeah.
We talked about this on Owner's Box yesterday. And I have said this and I have introduced this line of thinking to the gambling community for years. And I just want to remind people, we all know crabs. And this is nothing on a personal level with crabs. This has everything to do with a fan of the Washington Commanders starting to buy in on the Washington Commanders, winning the Super Bowl and betting them on a nightly basis. As soon as stuff like that happens with any team, any sport, I get uncomfortable. The only thing I have behind it, I have no data, I have no logic, is just my experience. And from me, myself, being that fan and getting confident, going to the games, thinking we were going to win, watching the games, thinking we were going to win. And then my fucking heart gets ripped out. So Fade the Fan lives on. Steak, let's get into the NBA board. We've got, how many games do we have? Because yesterday was absolutely nothing. We got a fucking ton of games. Holy shit. Go ahead.
Get that RotoWire ready. We're going to need it for today.
RotoWire. Okay, so we have the NBA Cup Day 2. The Magic are 1-0. Did they play No, they played the Hornets.
Yep.
For the NBA Cup. Okay, I'm going to get RotoWire going. Ladies and gentlemen, lock in. If you're ready to bet the NBA, we will talk NFL, fine-tune all our bets and newsletter plays. When Greg comes on, thank you again to Mid-Major Matt for filling Steak's seat on the podcast. I saw a bunch of people listen to it, which is awesome. You guys like the podcast. We're going to keep pumping it out. So anyways, Pacers are Moose. Yep. Facts. I don't know how he got cleared. Oh, what are we talking about here?
Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts went to the tent, I think, right before the end of the first half, or I think that's when it was, and he came back in. Obviously, seeing some Kenny Pickett on a Thursday would have been hilarious.
Camus Money would have hated that. Book of Chew says, happy Friday. I thought he was going to say thin ice. All he tells me now is thin ice. Chewy is still sick. Damn, Chewy. Sorry to hear that. Hope you feel better. All right, Steak. We just saw somebody in this chat say the Pacers are Moose. Here they are laying 4 points at home. NBA Cup game against the Heat. Didn't the Heat lose their NBA Cup game?
No. Yes. They lost to the Pistons, right? No, Pistons wasn't an NBA Cup game?
Fuck.
Did they have they had one? 12th?
13, 14. Wow, they've had 2 nights off.
That's their NBA Cup game at Detroit. They lost.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're 0-1.
So they're 0-1. The Pacers, what did they do?
Well, they beat the Knicks, I think, but then lost to the Magic outside of the NBA Cup.
Okay, got it. All right, we're getting a grasp on this. So here's what we got in terms of lineups. Let me go to the NBA. NBA lineups. All right. Oh, wow. Look at that. Prize Picks throwing the fucking bag around. By the way, I listened to the Tim Dillon podcast. I don't know if anybody listens to Tim Dillon. I think he's the best way to get your news. Prize Picks is advertising on the Tim Dillon podcast. He's just a very funny comedian. I thought that's hilarious. Look at them throwing the bag. All right. Here's a lineup, Steak. Not much for the injury report. Nembhard's a little bit of a dog, and obviously Jimmy Butler has been out. Anything there that you did or didn't expect that makes you think the line is too big, too small, where it needs to be?
I think the line's right where it needs to be.
So let's see, it's 4 or 4.5, up from 3.5. Total 238, down 9 points. Beeman says he leans Heat, but he's not betting it.
I also lean Heat. I also don't see myself betting it either.
Okay, so hold on. I'm putting an underdog parlay together. I'm not doing 4-leggers anymore. I'm only doing 3. I know I said that before, but I'm sticking by it. Let's look at this. What does that say?
0 units on Tyson.
Oh, yeah.
Tyson ain't winning.
I'm just looking at these matchups here. Is Miles Turner kind of soft?
I personally think the Pacers are kind of soft, if not very soft. I just seen them up close and personal, and they absolutely got fucking smacked around by the Magic's second stringers, second unit, if you will. The only one on the Pacers who I would say is not soft is fucking TJ McConnell.
Yes, he's a dog. Michigan's fine.
He's annoying as fuck. I absolutely would hate to play against him. I honestly would. He's so fucking annoying.
Okay, so hear me out. If the Pacers are soft, they have no dog. Who's the biggest dog right now in the starting lineup for the Heat?
That's tough, honestly, because I think I think the Heat are pretty soft.
You don't think Bam Adebayo's a dog?
Not really. No, I don't.
Fuck.
I don't think he's a dog. I think he's good. Hero has dog, but he also has bitch. He's like a little bit of both to me. He went absolutely insane. He almost fucking put him right back in the game against the Pistons. I wouldn't go on him. Honestly, Terry Rozier was the guy I think we all talked about last time we talked NBA, and he burned everyone. He didn't do shit. I think he'd be whose props I'd want to look at.
Oh, also on that note, Steak, here he is right here on Underdog. 15, 11, 7 points in the last 3 games, 16 and a half.
Yeah, I like Terry Rozier over points for sure.
Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. I'm in. Not overthinking it. Love it. All right. Would you say the Heat might be in contention for your dog of the day or no?
Not yet. I want to go through the board first. Okay. I do lean Heat, though. I can say strong lean to the Heat.
All right. I got to real quick just turn my Heat off for a second. Talk to me about the Magic -2.5 at home against the Sixers.
Okay. Do you want to put up the RotoWire before you go or no?
Fucking do
I just want to see if these fucking guys
are. Can you see that?
Perfect. Yeah. Paul George and Embiid. God, I don't know what to like. I do not know what to like in this game. I'd say, honestly, the Sixers, with how often Paul George and Joel Embiid are out, is like the hardest team to cap. Because I almost want to say like that's a lot of respect for the Magic. But then again, the Sixers are fucking ass and there's no Tyrese Maxey. God, this is a tough one. I think the only person speaking to me on the Sixers. Yeah, I know. I saw that. So what are they now? What are the Sixers now? +1.5?
+2.5.
Oh, I'm going to go ahead and say Embiid's got to be out then. Because the line moved like 5 points, at least 4 points.
Total is 210.5. Listen, I have an idea. I have an idea.
Not even props up then, probably, for the game.
You don't think so?
We'll take a look.
Well, we know Jared McCain just went off. The Magic pride themselves on defense. Well, Underdog's got Embiid and Paul George up. Okay. Suggs has not been doing very well, right? Let's see. He's got a 16.5 point lineup. Let's fade someone. Nope. We only got Oubre and Caleb Martin to choose from.
I would fade Caleb Martin over Oubre playing the Magic.
The players, it sounds like the players want Anthony Black to get more minutes.
Yeah, he was awesome on Wednesday.
Javon nailed that. He said he's a dog. Embiid is playing. Respectfully, no one on the Magic can guard Embiid. Skull emoji. Hope you feel good about yourself, fat girls. Okay, total 210. What are you thinking here? Anything at all?
Magic games have been soaring under. I think I kind of wanted to back Kelly Oubre a little bit if you wanted me to pick a Sixers player, and I'll say it because I think I'm 3-0 telling you to just press the fucking button on Franz Wagner. Press the button. Keep pressing the button. Keep pressing it.
I love how you said Wagner.
Every day is Wagner Day.
Every day. Every day is a winding road. Here we go. Hold on. Let's look at what he's done his past 3. 29, 32, 23. He's in his bag, as the kids would say. In his fucking bag. 1.5 threes made is disrespectful. Absolutely disrespectful.
Yeah. I don't think you can make him 2.5. He doesn't shoot enough.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I didn't know that. Okay. I'm going to leave it out.
Cool. That's fine. I'm saying, I don't know if it needs to go in the entry, but you need to take Franz today.
Okay. Fine. Fair enough. Tell me this line isn't a little bit short.
No, it's the first one of the year where I hate it for the Pistons. I hate this line for the Pistons. We got to look at the RotoWire. Maybe somebody's out.
Pistons are... Oh, wait. The Raptors are first game back after a long road trip, but they did have 2 days off. They lost every single game. Impressive. The Pistons...
Yeah, that makes sense.
What?
Kev's saying they're without 2 to 3 players, including Jaden Ivey, but I'd love to see the RotoWire.
Okay, let's see what they got. Here we go. Oh, my God. Look at that. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
This is better.
Yeah, it is better. So Quickly still out.
What's wrong with all these players?
I don't know. I know that I don't like this line for the Pistons at all. at all, even if the Raptors opened at -2.5.
What are you laughing about?
I have to go to the fucking eye doctor. I'm gonna have to do it.
No, it's hard to see, dude. We look at our phones all the time, man. The vision's blurry.
No, I need glasses or contacts for sure.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, this shit is blurry.
Get LASIK. Don't get contacts if you can avoid it. All right, hold on. Let's go to RJ Barrett real quick.
Been balling. I don't know about his last game, but before that, he was balling.
Oh, he's coming off a stinker. Coming off a stinker. You know, he just ran out of gas. Do we go a little RJ? Who's RJ going against? Tobias. Come on.
I don't love it. I'll be honest with you.
Such a bitch, dude.
You know who I think's going to start taking over for Toronto with more so than Barrett? Grady Dick. I loved him last game, and he went crazy. Look what he did last game.
20 years old. Unbelievable. This guy can't even go get a beer. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Career high. You want to back him off of a career high?
It's not the crazy, man. Going back to these guys that are hot, it has definitely been paying. I said it about Franz after he had his best game of the year.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
What is it at? What is his prop at?
Let's see.
Cat likes dick.
Let's see. Steak looking like my Korean grandma doing her Sudoku.
You have to read these to me.
Okay. Who am I looking for? Oh, here he is.
For Dick.
19.5.
He's going over that, dude. Grady Dick is going over 19.5.
Oh, God. All right. Fine. Wait, what's going on here? Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, God, this entry already sucks. This entry sucks.
So leave Grady Dick out, dude.
No.
So anti-Dick.
But I'm betting on a fucking guy after his career night. That's
okay, leave him out. Leave him out. You don't like him.
No, but if it's working, I'm not mad at you telling me to do it. I'm just saying this is what's working now. I'll ride the dick tonight.
I like it, dude. This is
Dick
crazy.
Money says take the dick out. Can't wait for the piss fam tweets about dick. Yeah, no shit. Although maybe I'll be up. I think I'm going to a movie tonight. Oh no, the movie's at 6:15, so never mind. I'm definitely gonna be in bed before this game's over. Okay. Let's talk about the Spurs and the Lakers. Oops. Let's talk about the Spurs and the Lakers. Is this line short? I gotta stop saying that. You just tell me. Lakers are 3-point favorites, total 228.
I can only tell you after I see the RotoWire.
Oh my God. You're such a dependent RotoWire little fucking bitch.
I mean, it's impossible. It's impossible. The one thing about the NBA is it's impossible to know who's playing. Somehow the chat always knows, but
yeah, these guys fucking live, eat, and breathe NBA injury updates. You see it?
Yeah, but the spread is either short or AD's out. I feel like that's what it is. It's either short or AD's out. Even with AD out, maybe it's a little short. I can tell you I think I like the Spurs.
No, I'm not going to see Gladiator next weekend, and I'm not happy about them making a sequel. They should have just left that movie alone. I'm going to see some movie called Honora. I think it's what it's called. Have you seen it? It's about like a stripper who meets like a really rich like Russian kid, but then it finds out that he's like involved with the mob or some shit, or like doesn't have all that money. Anyways, it looks good. Maybe it's not good. We'll find out. Okay, so you don't really like anyone in this game.
I like the Spurs.
Cracker White says Benedict Mathurin.
He's on the Pacers. He balled against. He was like the only guy who played well against the.
I liked him. Wasn't he on the Kings? No, that's Keegan Murray.
Yeah, Keegan Murray's also a baller.
You like the Spurs, huh?
Yeah, I did. Yes, I do.
Ooh, Chris Paul revenge game. I don't think he was ever on the Lakers, but remember he was going to be on the Lakers.
Yeah, revenge against David Stern.
I'm going to tell you right fucking now. If Chris Paul leads the league in assists, I'm going to cry. I had him last year 50-1. I'm going to cry.
I can't believe he didn't go back.
I think I was going to, and Fat Girls told me not to.
Is it too late? Yeah, he said Dennis Schroeder was going to lead the league in assists.
Oh, God. I remember Degen used to be a college sicko, and now he just wants to bet on the Blowout Association. What? You got to give it some time, dude. I don't know anything about college basketball right now. I'm just going to fucking sit here and burn money likely. Okay. It's got to be Chris Paul, doesn't it? Or does it not?
Let's see his props.
The last time I bet on a fucking revenge game was James Harden, and it sold, and it cost me $500.
Also, while you're doing it, tell me what is Keldon Johnson playing? Yeah, there he is. That's who I like.
You don't know anything about Keldon Johnson.
That's who I like.
Okay, what do you like him to do?
I either points, points over points. You can't say you hate everything I say today. You already didn't like Dick.
No, I didn't say I didn't like Dick. I'm just saying. Good morning, everyone wearing a hat and nobody else. Yep. Okay. Stephon Castle, I like. You don't. Harrison Barnes, I do not like. Devin Vassell sounds like a nice player. 17, 12, and 21. Rui Hachimura. He was on the Wizards. I know that. He went to Gonzaga. I know that.
Good
See,
job.
look at all this ball knowledge.
Crazy, dude.
Okay. In all seriousness, Chris Paul is just absolutely fucking dialed. Points 9.5, points, rebounds, and assists 21.5. No, I'm going to stay off Chris Paul. You like Keldon Johnson?
Yep.
All right. This is basically your entry. It's not even my entry. I'm just putting.
You better start having some opinions. Next game, you have to have an opinion.
Okay, fine. I will.
Wizards, Hawks. Oh no, perfect. Bulls, Cavs.
Yep. Chewy. What are you thinking about your Bulls today? Let's see.
You want to hear a good bet I tailed from Chewy?
Dude, of course. You tailed Chew?
Yeah, Giddy triple-double, and he didn't even have a single-double. He had like 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. I thanked him in advance, too.
That's pretty fucking. I mean, so that's the thing. Like, if you're gonna lose, you have to like really lose.
I'm 100% joking, Chewy. 100%.
Yeah, Chewy, you don't need to apologize, bro. It was actually worth. They heard I'm sick. You can't tell plays from a sick capper, dog. All right, let's keep moving. I don't know why I just got so fucking hot, and I don't have a backup shirt. So if I have to take this off, I'm just shirtless.
As long as there's no pool around, you should be safe.
That was actually a good joke. Okay, no, in all seriousness, let's get down to brass tacks. I feel like we're doing a lot of fuckery right now. We're not really dialed in. That's kind of my fault, though. The Cavs 13-0. They did not cover against the Sixers. We took them 7.5 up to 10.5. Bulls just won outright as 7.5 point dogs in Madison Square Garden. Total 238 down to 237.5. Matchups here. See anything?
Could I interest you in one of the Cavs' big men?
Well, I love betting against anyone playing Vucevic, so yes.
Exactly. So now you have to pick one.
Okay. Is Jared Allen going to be the guy directly matched up with Vooch?
I would assume so, yeah.
So then I'm going to go. I used to like Karis LeVert when he was on the Nets.
He's good.
I don't know who Isaac Okoro is. Patrick Williams has been kind of a bust, hasn't he? He was from Florida State.
I mean, I don't know if I'd say bust, but he's not amazing.
Jared Allen doesn't really block anybody.
Dude, you don't like Keldon Johnson, Fat Girls? What the fuck?
I think you're just trying to get too cute.
I think we should go points and rebounds, Jared Allen. Take him out then.
Points and rebounds? I was going to go. How about double-double?
Sure.
Points and rebounds. I mean, yeah, that's actually better because it's 24.5. All right, Jared Allen, double-double. Actually, I love it.
Okay, Fat Girls hates Keldon Johnson.
Who's cooking this entry? Fucking Steak is, dude. You think I don't even know who Keldon Johnson is.
All right, fine. When he hits, I'm going to talk a lot of shit to Fat Girls.
Okay, that's fine. He's going out, though, right now.
Fine.
He's going out. I'm keeping Scary Terry. Dick is on the chopping block next, depending on who else we find in here, because I'm only keeping it 3. Do you have a side or a total you like in this game, Steak? Cavs or Bulls?
Cavs.
Okay. Knicks against the Nets. What did I tell you about the Nets last time? Fucking 8.5-point dogs at home. They got rolled. They're ATS monsters, 9-3. Knicks, big spread after just losing outright as 7.5-point favorites. I like the Knicks tonight, total 216. What say you?
I think I like the Knicks too, which I'm sure Hobie's going to love to hear. I think it would be funny if we tailed him on Jalen Brunson and then he scores like 9 points.
No, I got to tell you, I think it's so fucking funny. Nothing against Hovey, but I think it's so funny that just nobody talks about how big of a homer he is. Not one person. I will be here. I will lay out the facts for you. When I woke up this morning and I saw Hovey's tweet that Jalen Brunson to score 40 plus points and Jalen Brunson to be the top scorer tonight, I laughed out loud. My wife even asked what's funny, and I said, I don't know how to explain this to you. It just is. It's just funny. And then I had to share it in the Discord. And then she's like, "You're 37 years old." Mikal threes. I don't really know that I like Mikal Bridges. Do you?
I like him, yeah, for sure. Do I like him today? I'm not sure, but overall, do I like him? Yes. But seriously, though, I do like Jalen Brunson today.
Why?
I just do.
Oh, what a fucking... You just do because fucking Hovey put it in your brain? You're tailing Chewy. You're collabing with Prime. You're fucking tailing Hovey. Do you see what's going on with you? Brain rot.
Oh my God. You cannot fucking sit here and tell me you think Dennis Schroeder is going to fucking stop Jalen Brunson.
That's what I'm looking for. He's going against Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah, fuck Dennis Schroeder. You hear me, fat girls?
To be fair, Dennis Schroeder has made us look like clowns.
Tell me what Jalen Brunson's been doing.
Okay. Oops. God damn it. Hold on. Jalen Brunson has been doing just fine.
Yeah. What's just fine?
24. Can you see it?
Yep. 24. What's that on there? Looks like less than that.
Under it, 18.
What do you want me to say? I like there to be points in this game. I like the Knicks to cover, and I like Jalen Brunson.
All right. Do you want to do Jalen Brunson points, rebounds, and assists, or just points?
Just points. Can you see it? Stop asking me if I can see it. Can't see shit, dude.
Noah Thornton gave out 5 fucking sub banks. Fat girls with a subby. No, appreciate you, dude. See God, Curbs, Fat Duke, Crizzo, and Peach got the juice. Ooh, I like that. That's fun. Peach got the juice. Welcome to the board review and enjoy your month-long viewership ad-free courtesy of Noah Bang. All right. I like the Knicks. Are you going to bet the Knicks or no?
I think so, but just for now, the only play I really like is Jalen Brunson.
Okay, I want to be clear. I'm not all
aboard.
I
was going to say, Hovey, he doesn't seem like he's on board at all.
Yeah. Do you know what all aboard means? You know, like back in the day when you had trains with all aboard, it's like, oh shit, you better get your ass on that train or you're not moving. I'll stay here. You guys can go. So I'm like, I'm thinking about it. I might let you go and I'll Uber there later. That's what I'm thinking.
All right, let's do that.
Sushi Bet says, when did I gifted? I don't know what that means. Morning, gents. Good read on Saquon last night, Degen. Thank you, like lightning. Appreciate it. Steak, what was your official bet in that game? Eagles,
but also AJ Brown anytime. So I had a very bad gambling day yesterday.
No, okay. Degen going to pull up on a city bike. Yep. Yeah, because he hates anything I take. Called OG 2 games ago. Called Cat last game. I called Cat. You tailed. I'm just kidding. Fat girls did too. Brunson this game. No. I just want to be sure because I get shit for betting my Rays players all the time. Oh, DJ, Rays players this, Rays player that, blah, 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 blah. Chris Godwin this, Chris Godwin that. Dude, actually, I'm not going to say anything. That was the squarest under on the board, in my opinion. But what are you going to do? It doesn't work out. Let's keep moving. We have 6 more games to go through before idiot Greg walks to the door, and then we talk NFL. Wizards and Hawks. Anything to be had in this game.
I just can't believe they keep making fucking the Hawks this big of favorites. I feel like the Wizards have already beat them outright this year. Let's check the lineups.
Hold on. Now I want to see. Is Atlanta coming off that game? They are. They just won outright. Ooh, they've lost twice to the Wizards. Steak. Damn. All right, hold on. Here we go. Trae Young's back?
Looks like it. Maybe I guess that explains the spread.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, so far, Fat Girls is nailed this, hasn't he? Isn't that Atlanta Hawks head coach?
Jalen Johnson, PRA. Oh. Wizards only 2 wins. That's hilarious.
Shut the fuck up. Oh my God, it is. All right. I'm not taking anything in this game. Are you?
No.
Okay.
Nah.
Let's move on.
I do love me some Trae Young though. First
Like
game
tonight?
back. I just love him in general, but first game back, I don't think I'm gonna back him.
Okay. But so far the big names, that's the guy you like the most. Well, you like Jalen Brunson too. I guess that's a big name. Suns and Thunder. Thunder -8. Let's see. What are the Thunder up to this year? They're
Very good. Very good.
10-2. 10-2. The Suns. Hey, Beeman. How about it, huh? Suns doing pretty good with Budenholzer. You know, they said it. They said Budenholzer would be a great coach for this team. So far, so good. What do you like here, Steak? Alex Caruso is out. Isaiah Hartenstein, Chet got hurt. That's unfortunate. So there's definitely some names out in this game. What's the total at? Total at 228, 228.5. Let's see if they played each other. Suns are not good ATS.
Don't think so.
First matchup.
No, first.
What do you think?
Suns just got smoked in fucking Sacramento. I don't think that was last night, but 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
KD's out, chat. Eileen Suns.
Oh, Unk, read the nug. Suns getting 8 again after not covering 8 in Sacramento, a repeat line. Yup. And I like the Kings that game too. That was a big spread. You're on to something. I like
Dare
that.
I say dog of the day?
Roof. All right. On that note, let's have a little fun here, Steak. If we like the Suns, look at this matchup. Look at this 5-on-5.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Who do you like on the Suns, right?
Every time I bet Devin Booker, I lose. But we're so due for a big fucking Booker game. I almost want to go back.
Well, he just had 31. Who is he up against tonight? SGA?
I don't think so. No,
Jason Wallace. I don't know who the fuck that is.
Damn, the Thunder got plenty of injuries too. Tyus Jones threes. I was thinking Tyus Jones in some way. I don't know if it's going to be 3.
Is Tyus Jones
a role
good?
player? So who should we tell me what Tyus Jones underdog props are looking like?
His assists look pretty good. I swear to fucking God, if Chris Paul leads the NBA in assists, I'm going to cry.
You can't keep saying that. You could probably still bet it somewhere, maybe.
All right, I'll look. It's going to be Grayson Allen, probably. Kings doubled book all game. They're going to double book. Has to be a role player. Fuck.
Maybe you get weird and you go Tyus Jones points.
28-year-old.
Damn, but I don't want to bet Royce O'Neal.
I don't either. Royce O'Neal does not make it move. Okay, hold on. Let's see what he's at. You know what I saw? I kept seeing this video of Nurkic getting fucking bitched at by Kevin Durant all over Twitter. Did you see that?
Yes. Josh Okogie, maybe see if there's a prop for him. Might have to be a bench player for the fucking Suns.
Bro, it's Nurkic. It's Nurkic. Who's he going against? Is this guy good?
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Williams. He got a lot of hair. How big is he? 6'5". What? 6'5"? He's a 6'5" center?
I just don't know. You're acting like Nurkic is like this dominant big.
No, I'm not. I'm just acting like he's a guy that just got bitched at and publicly shamed, and that he might.
I think he's gonna get. I don't know, dude. I don't want to back Nurkic.
Yeah, because honestly, you have changed.
Have I? Because why is he out there? If the Thunder are starting a team that fucking small, what I just don't understand what Nurkic can do.
So if he's 7 feet and Jalen Williams is 6'5",
what is he going to do on defense? Is my question.
Nurkic?
And when he gets smoked on defense really quickly into the game, will they bench him?
Oh, dude, they have 7 players out. You can't afford to bench him.
I'm just saying, bro. I don't know. I think you're not thinking about it that way.
All right, but I'm gonna do something separately here. I'll do it. I'll do it in the shadows. I'm gonna parlay Jared. What's so funny?
If you bet on Nurkic, Beeman's unsubscribing.
Oh,
And he's a Suns fan. He's fucking awful.
is he that bad?
He's bad. I'm fine if you want. If he's your Keldon Johnson, that's fine.
I
absolutely don't co-sign it.
I was gonna parlay his double with Jared Allen.
I hate it. Fuck, I hate that.
Okay. All right. Yusuf Nurkic goes off tonight. I'm gonna be in your fucking DMs, buddy. All right, let's keep moving. So what do you like from this game? Tyus Jones points?
Yeah. Did you tell me what it was, or are you too busy fucking jerking off to Nurkic?
I think I did tell you what it was, and you just weren't paying attention.
11 and a half.
You're too busy fucking tailing Hovey's Jalen Brunson POD because you can't do your own fucking lab work. All right. So Tyus Jones, your Lord and Savior, is coming off of a 10 points. 10 points and then 8 points before that. So you like him to score some points tonight?
Yes.
Okay. Well, he did have 0 turnovers last game. So that's good. He's playing clean. He's playing tight. He's playing discipline. Now he's going to go to the rack and he's going to score. Okay. And you said maybe the Suns for dog of the day.
Maybe the Suns for dog of the day. Beeman likes Jalen Williams, PRA. I see why.
Because of Nurkic?
Yeah, he's a bitch.
I'm not saying he's not a bitch, but there are times when bitches step up. You don't think it's tonight against a guy who's 7 inches shorter than him?
No.
Okay.
I really don't. I don't think he's going to play as much as you think he's going to play because he's complete. He'll be useless on defense.
Okay. Is Jalen Williams a dog?
I personally, I don't think anyone on the Thunder are dogs. I know people are going to hate me saying that, except Dort. Let me throw that in there quick, except Dort.
Okay.
I think they're all not dogs, but they're really fucking good basketball players.
So I think that's a pretty fair take. So also, Nurkic is 30 years old.
Yeah.
Okay.
30-year-old bitch.
Okay. 30-year-old 7-footer going against a 23-year-old 6'5" center.
Yeah.
You don't think there's any?
Nah, I think Jalen Williams will probably have a quick 8 points in the first 6 minutes, and fucking Nurkic will go to the bench.
I want to watch this game now. I want to scout.
Okay. You're not going to be awake. There's no way.
It's 8 o'clock.
You will not be awake.
If I don't go to a movie, I'm watching the Suns Thunder. Stop talking about Nurkic, man. All right, fine. Anyways, let's keep moving. Nuggets and Pelicans. Oh, this is a good game.
What's the projected lineup for the Pelicans?
The Pelicans are 2-10 ATS. Christ,
they've been awful. They also haven't been healthy once.
Oh God, yeah, they haven't.
Still not.
Zion Williamson just never plays. This guy's the Kevin White of the NBA. What's his fucking deal? Is he actually hurt?
I don't fucking know, man. I do not know. He's obnoxious. They're obnoxious.
I mean, that is just crazy. Guy never plays. Do you think?
Yeah, go ahead. Say it. You're going to say what I was going to say.
Do you think the line's short?
Yes, but maybe Jokic out.
Oh, game time decision.
So I'll wait to see on that one.
Okay. Anybody? The fuck is this Boston guy?
I saw him against the Magic, but I can't say I know much.
Brandon Boston, 22 years old, bro. Everybody is so young nowadays.
Yes.
Struggles with shot Wednesday.
Is that a joke or serious, Kev?
What do you say?
Boston assists is my POD.
Oh my God. I can't keep up with these fucking Rugrats, dude. Boston assists. Trey Murphy's a fun player. Yves Missy. I have no idea who that is.
He's been hitting for people.
Oh my God, he's 20 years old. This is crazy, dude. Who the fuck is Peyton Watson? 22. This is unbelievable. There's just not like any sort of 26, 27, 28-year-old NBA players. Everybody is 20, 21, and 22 years old.
We should just do a stream where you pull up every NBA player and check their age.
Who the fuck? All right. Christian Braun.
Yeah.
Whoever this guy is has got to be older.
He's awesome. He's a little older, but he's not too old. He's actually a dog.
He's fucking 23 because nobody in the NBA is over 23 except LeBron.
You remember Christian Braun?
He went to Louisville.
No.
All right, hold on.
Guys.
Give me the conference.
Big 12.
He went to
Blue.
Kansas.
Yeah.
Nailed that shit.
Yeah. One guess only. No clues.
The only guess I count are the ones after the hit. Okay, so what do you like in this game?
I like to wait and see if Jokic is playing.
I got to tell you, you don't really like anything tonight.
You have to wait and see who's playing in the NBA, 100%. You do. I know I like the Suns. You want me to scroll through it and tell you some bets I know I like?
No, we'll do a recap.
Okay, there's one coming up I think I like.
Okay. Oh, did Houston cover against the Clippers? Because I liked Houston -5. So now they're the same spread and they're playing each other again. I'll show you the lineup, so I'll make sure you don't have to keep asking. I'm sorry. Mo Bamba's out.
Oh, and Kawhi Leonard's out, dude.
I didn't know Mo Bamba was still playing in the NBA.
I'm going to buy the bad news here and bet the LA Clippers.
But wait, are you joking or are you being serious?
I'm being serious about betting the LA Clippers, but joking about buying the bad news.
Oh, okay. You like the
I
Clippers because it's a rematch.
Yep.
Okay. Game early on the James Harden revenge game?
I wouldn't hate if you wanted to go back to that.
I kind of might. Okay. Let's look at this line real quick. 4 up to 4.5. Total 224 down to 214. It did stay way under. Ooh, steak. What about an over tonight? Just stayed under last game. Okay. I won't force it.
Wait, I'm sorry. What was the over under for the last game against them?
214.5, and it landed on 214.
And it's 214.5 again. Same exact over under rematch and repeat line. I like the Clippers.
Okay. All right. I'm going back to the James Harden revenge game narrative. All right. Talk to me about the Wolves and the Kings. Wolves are 1.5 point favorites on the road. I feel like they just played this game, but maybe I'm wrong. Everybody expected a Wolves bounce back in Portland. You didn't get it. It would be hilarious to see them beat the shit out of the what the fuck is this game? Out of the Kings tonight. What do you think?
I think Fat Girl said it was Anthony Edwards Day, and I've realized that at least one time somebody says it's Anthony Edwards Day every time he plays, and it hasn't been Anthony Edwards Day too many times. I guess I do trust Fat Girls with the NBA, and I haven't gone after Anthony Edwards yet this year, so maybe I do. But God, the Wolves have been just pretty bad, and I kind of think you're in that weird position, almost. And I know this is crazy to say. I'm probably gonna get shit on for this, but almost like the Jets, where you just keep waiting for them to be as good as they're supposed to be, and then they keep not being that good. I just don't know. They're giving me bad vibes this year for sure.
I'm okay with that. Also, this is a bit of a revenge game. Second game of the year for the Wolves. They beat the Kings -1 in Sacramento, 117-115.
When was that?
What's that?
When was that?
Second game of the season, October 24th.
Yeah. Dante DiVincenzo's been fucking horrible there.
He has?
Yeah, awful. They've been really bad. They've been bad. This fucking guy went like 0 for 12 from 3 the other day.
The fuck are the Hershey Bears?
I don't know, but W YouTube.
W YouTube gang. All right. Kings open -1 move to +1 yesterday. Same line move as their first matchup in the Wolves won. DeRozan left the game against the Suns at halftime. Okay.
Toby, please tell us what game you're talking about, because now I want to know.
AHL hockey. The Caps farm team. That sounds awesome. Have fun, Toby. W's. All right. Warriors and the Grizzlies. Total 236.
Is this the last game?
This is the last game.
Perfect, because I see Greg's face down there. Show me the lineups. Grizzlies are another tough one to figure out.
They did just cover against the Lakers.
But no one's playing again, most likely.
I like the Warriors.
God, what the fuck's going on with John Morant and fucking Desmond Bain? It sucks. I got nothing. Got nothing there.
Okay. All right. So we'll do a quick recap and then we'll get Greg up here and go through the NFL. Heat Pacers.
Lean Heat, love Terry Rozier.
Sixers Magic.
Every day is Franz Wagner Day.
Raptors Pacers. Pistons. I don't know why I keep doing that.
Raptors money line and Dick.
Spurs Lakers.
I like Spurs and Keldon Johnson.
Jesus Christ. Bulls Cavs.
Cavs spread. Jared Allen double.
Nets Knicks.
Tailing Hovey and Royal and MJ and anybody else who has Jalen Brunson points over.
Sounds like a great time. Hawks Wizards.
Absolutely nothing.
Suns Thunder.
Suns potential dog of the day candidate. Tyus Jones over points.
Okay. Nuggets Pelicans.
Nothing.
Clippers Rockets.
Clips +5. Also a dog of the day candidate.
Okay. And last two. Kings Wolves.
Begrudgingly tailing Fat Girls on Anthony Edwards.
Grizzlies Warriors.
Nothing.
Okay. All right. That's the NBA talk, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you again for the sub banks. Fat Girls, Noah, Thrasher, Nutbuster. A lot of subbies out this morning. Ollie, Greg, you picking your nose?
This is an eyeball.
Good morning. You getting the crusties out of your eyes?
No, dude, I've been up for a while.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you did. W Newsletter. Thank you. Great job. And good morning. We are just finishing the NBA. Greg, have you bet on NBA recently?
I've picked my spots with tail and steak, but I haven't had the bandwidth to really dive into it. I typically wait till the Super Bowl's over to look at basketball and hockey.
That's fair. Steak, would you say your NBA season's been going pretty well too?
Yeah, NBA is going better than NFL.
What the fuck is Chewy saying now, dude? All Chewy tells me is thin ice.
I'm on thin ice because I like the Cavs.
Oh, he got me good. The Bulls got me good with the Knicks. I like the Knicks -7.5. They lose outright. Hershey Bears are a Capitals farm team for hockey. That is very funny. Greg, if you were in here, somebody said boots on ground Hershey Bears -1.5 tonight. And then we asked who the Hershey Bears are. And 7 minutes later, people are still telling us who the Hershey Bears are.
I mean, they got to be Hershey, Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah. You know, you're a Pennsylvania native. All right, gentlemen, let's get into the NFL. Would you say another ugly game last night?
Yeah.
I mean, dude.
What?
It was almost a one possession game. That's great football.
Does 8 points count as one possession?
Yeah, it does. Suck it, loser. Another Mina W. You get shit on every day.
Yep. Greg, is that an espresso or a cup of coffee?
It is. It's a nice little espresso.
Nice. Fuck Mina Kimes. Yeah, I'm not going to say fuck Mina Kimes. But anyways, you get the gist. All right, guys, what are we doing? It's Friday morning. This game is obviously not for 2 more days, but we talked Steak. You and I talked Tuesday. Greg, you and I and Mid-Major Matt had the podcast on Wednesday night. What are we doing with this Jets-Colts game? Or is the answer nothing? Are we treating it like asbestos? Total's 44. I think it's the Jets. I'm out on the Colts. But I know what Greg's going to say because he said it to me when we did the podcast. You keep saying it's the Jets. When are you going to stop? I think I'm done. I have absolutely nothing in this game. Jonathan Taylor masterclass would make sense. The Jets defense is terrible. Steak, you got 2 days till this game kicks off. Are you coming around to either side in this?
Not really. Not really. I feel like you can make a really good argument for not betting either team personally. The Jets are the obvious one, but then again, I mean, the Colts have been absolutely horrendous with Anthony Richardson playing quarterback. I think if you put a gun to my head, maybe I would bet on him to have a good game and lean the Colts, but it might be one of my least favorite games on the entire board.
I think that's fair. Greg, you've been a fan of the Colts this season. They are 7-3 ATS, but they have not covered their last 2. The Jets on the flip side are 3-7 ATS. You guys have rang the alarm on the Jets bell earlier than I have, so kudos to that. Are you getting involved with your Colts one more time?
I would say you still haven't rang the alarm bell on the Jets if you're leaning them again this week, and you leaned them last week, and you leaned them the week before. That doesn't sound like you're ringing the alarm.
It sounds like you have a cock in your ear because I said you guys rang the alarm.
You said you guys have been ringing it before I have. Why are your glasses so?
Because they're
What are you doing?
Can you see that?
Yes.
Because
Why are you doing that?
I got a headache. My temple hurts.
This is why I don't want to wear glasses.
Listen, I got these resized. The Warby Parkers, they were like sliding off my face when I used to do the board reviews when I was filming myself. Some guy was like, get some glasses that fit. So I took them and they resized them and they point these in. But I have a massive head and sometimes it throbs. So I like take the glasses off and go like that. You can see that?
This is a bad progression of where your life is heading if you got to start doing that.
I think I'm going to stick with being blind.
Fine. Is that better?
No, I mean, you could just wear them like a normal person.
My head hurts.
You look crazy right now.
Get them resized again. Get them resized again.
I think my head's actually growing, and I'm not kidding. I don't know what it is. I think I drank too much coffee, or not enough.
I don't know. Anyway, back to Jets Colts. I initially really leaned the Colts here, but it's a stay away for me. There's no reason to get involved in this game. I Steak hit it. You can make a solid case to fade either one of these teams, and I'd rather not do it.
Fair. Any masterclass candidates in this game? I mean, Jonathan Taylor makes all the sense in the world.
He does. Anthony Richardson rushing makes a lot of sense. So
Jets receivers.
They kind of make sense too. I will go Anthony Richardson as my masterclass candidate.
I like the over.
Josh Downs. Josh Downs.
Josh Downs. No, but maybe. Okay, let's keep moving. I think I'm going to get involved with this game, unless one of you guys tell me not to. Vikings and the Titans. Vikings -6 in Tennessee. The Titans fucking stink. I don't really want to give any of my units back potentially on fading these fucking bums, but I kind of want to do it here. I heard on Chernoff, Greg, I don't know if anything changed. I didn't listen to him this morning, but I think Sam Darnold was limited in practice. He has a hand injury. Steak, I don't know if you heard anything. You are a Vikings fan.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. That's a big number, I think, for the Vikings to be laying on Tennessee. It's warranted. Tennessee's terrible. Not saying that it's contrarian. I don't know that the Titans are going to be a trendy dog. I just think the fucking Brian Flores defense is going to put Will Levis in a blender. Not like it would even take that much. Total 39.5. Also like the under. You want to switch it up here? Greg, you want to give your thoughts on Titans Vikings first, and then we'll go to Steak?
Honestly, another one where I'm not too compelled to take either side. I get where you're at with the Vikings. This number does feel a bit short because the Titans have been so bad. If I'm going to play anything here, it's going to be under. I think the Vikings offense is really starting to regress and get back to what Sam Darnold truly is. Mm-hmm. Here he's a little bit banged up. Maybe it's public now, but I do think Levis is going to struggle to do anything against a Flores defense. But I also don't think this Vikings offense is going to do what it was doing the first 6 weeks of the season.
Under for you, Steak?
I'm not expecting a coming out party by any means for the Minnesota Vikings offense, so I wouldn't try to talk Greg off that under. But I do like the Vikings. They had their sloppy AFC South road game last week in Jacksonville against fucking Mac Jones, and I don't think there's any way they score 12 again. And I think that it's very, very possible they hold the Titans to a similar 7 to 10 points like they did against the Jags. I just can't expect much from Will Levis against that defense. So yeah, I'm with you on the under. I guess I'd probably have it around like 20-7 or something like that, or maybe 26-7. But I think that the fucking Vikings are winning and covering. Also,
you got a 26 last night, Steak.
Yeah, I got a 26 last night. I texted Degen talking so much shit.
I've heard about it 4 fucking times already. First hour I woke up. Maybe that's why I have a headache.
Yeah, you should read the text.
Yeah, it said knock knock. I said, who's there? He said 20. I said 20 who? He said 26. I said, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, I bet if I said 27 or 28, you would. I said, I still don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And then he reminded me that the fucking Eagles scored 26 points. All I'm going to say is this. It's probably the second time anyone scored 26 all season.
Been more, but that's okay. We'll move on.
100 and something games played.
Lions scored 26 last week.
Did they?
You're already probably wrong.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. You can get fucked.
Rams scored 26 the weekend before that.
Oh, you can get fucked, dude. Oh, my God. You can get fucked.
Greg, I don't know that you
Steelers scored 26 the week before that.
Are you?
I'm dead serious.
Are you pulling this up?
Crazy. It's almost like ever since I started talking about it, the team has scored 26 every week.
There you go. I don't know, somewhere on there.
You owe me an apology.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was wondering. I've never seen Greg pull up fucking evidence to defend an argument so fast in his fucking life.
If it's against you, I'll get on it.
I know, you fucking rat bastard. Anyways, congratulations. I would love to know before you said 26 if anybody scored 26. What was that, like week 6?
I don't know, quit moving the goalpost. You're fucking wrong.
I said I'm wrong. I said I'm sorry. But
bad news, real quick, Ramble. The bad news is you did miss all the NBA talk, but the good news is we're idiots. So you didn't miss much.
Baltimore, Pittsburgh, great game. Great game. We have some conflicting opinions on this. What are you bobbing your head for, Steak?
I'm really excited to talk about this game. Okay. I'm excited to hear what Greg has to say.
All right, so yeah, we'll end with Greg since he's a Steelers fan. And him and I and Matt talked about this kind of at length. I was on an island because I think Russell Wilson's butthole is going to get tight for the first time in 3 games back from starting. You had the Jets, you had the Giants, you had the Commanders. The Commanders, good team, no doubt, off a bye week going in. I'm not taking anything away from his performance or that win, although they did benefit from a Mike Williams catch that I don't think you'll see him make ever again in his career. But now you got the big bad Ravens coming into town in front of your home crowd. Steel City, new colors, new Russ. I like this Russ. I really do. I've already apologized. I've said it on stream. I put out a tweet. I have apologized. I admit when I'm wrong. It still doesn't mean I don't think that we're going to see a little regression from the Steelers offense, but I also think the Steelers defense still plays well against the Ravens. I like the under. That's my favorite side in this game. I like the under 48.5. It's very high. And I'm going to leave it at that. Steak, we'll end with Greg. What do you think about Ravens Steelers? And hold on, before you start talking, let me just make sure there is 3.5 at DraftKings. 3 everywhere else. Total 48.5 everywhere. Go ahead. I'm going to get a glass of water.
So I think it's rare that you can get a team like the Pittsburgh Steelers who's actually playing great football and pretty much for the most part, like, have been all year. The Cowboys game kind of sucked. Obviously, you could argue that the offense was kind of dull with Justin Fields. But for the most part, the Steelers have played good football all year long and haven't really gotten any respect. And that was sort of like what I was arguing with Degen about last week in the Commanders game. Was like, I just think it's crazy that they're dogs and no one's going to bet them. Obviously, I wasn't as right as I thought I was. But this game, I can say I think I'm right. I think mostly everyone is going to bet the Ravens, I would feel like. And I just think it's sort of fun to just keep backing the Steelers +3 or whatever it is. Russ looks good, man. I don't even know. Like, you can't call it fluky. You can't call it anything. He's just playing good football. And I just think you might get another opportunity where you can bet the Steelers in a contrarian or sharp spot again and keep hitting your bets.
Fair enough. Greg?
That's all I needed to hear. I'm looking for a reason to take the Steelers in this one. This is just such a big, fun game, and it's been a while since both teams are legitimately good. Like, the Steelers have been, call them quote unquote fake good for probably the last 3 years, where they end up 9-8, 10-7, and just kind of like their record's good, but they're not doing anything. This is the first time since like the year before Ben's last year that I've actually been excited about this team and maybe finally get a fucking playoff win for the first time in like a decade. But I do think there's a big game. I like the Steelers because they are at that home spot where they tend to do well. They are in that dog spot where Tomlin tends to do well. They do really well. Somebody said in the chat, they do really well against Lamar Jackson. Lamar's 2-4 against him in his career. He's thrown 4 touchdowns, 7 picks. They just got a taste of a very mobile quarterback in Jalen Daniels, so that was kind of a good warm up to get back to Lamar at home. Degen, I will give you some credit though, because I'm coming around to the under. I'm not going to play it. I don't think Russ. I think that's a ridiculous argument to say he's nervous for a 1 o'clock game in Week 11 when he played 10 years in Seattle in multiple Super Bowls. But I could see them tightening up a little bit. The only thing against that is the Ravens defense is pretty bad. And is Kyle Hamilton out? Do you guys know?
I think his expected return date is November 17th. The last I checked.
He returned to practice.
Okay.
So If he's in practice, I'm sure he's playing.
This is the quickest you've ever been on the trigger, by the way. Where did you just find that?
Google.
That's amazing. So I just want to bring something up about Russ being nervous. Steak. I know the guy's played in Super Bowls. I know he played in Seattle for 10 years. He was comfortable in Seattle for 10 years. This is a new environment. You're making an impression. You know what I mean? Greg, if you've worked for 18 years in sales, but you get a new job and you have a new company, you now have new employees, and you have to go give a presentation, you might be a little nervous. It's new people. I'm just saying.
A little, but you get a decade plus of experience. Like, was Tom Brady nervous to play a big game in Tampa because he just got there from New England? Was Peyton Manning nervous in Denver?
No, we're not comparing Tom Brady to Russell Wilson. Steak, do you kind of see what I'm saying? Yes or no?
Not enough. No, I'm not worried about Russell Wilson being nervous.
Steelers own the Ravens, and underdogs cover a lot in this matchup. Okay.
Yeah, I think truly, like, when these teams were really good, that was the other thing I wanted to mention. When these teams were really good and sort of at the cream of the crop in the AFC, these matchups, every year they split. Mm-hmm. So, one win at home, they both win at home, whatever. But I think that's what happens this year. And I think the Steelers win at home and then they lose when they have to go to Baltimore.
Okay. I think that's fair. Steak, are you officially going to be on the Ravens? I mean, I'm sorry, the Steelers?
Not sure, but I'm certainly leaning it for sure.
Okay. Greg, I believe you and Matt said you liked the Browns in the podcast. Steak on Tuesday, I think you leaned with me on the Saints.
Correct.
I am curious to know if anything has changed for either of you gentlemen. I will tell you right now, for me, it has not. Listening to Chernoff talk about this game, I think he's got a couple of plays this weekend, and the Browns are one of them. I don't know if it was him, but he did reference, I think some smart people or some other syndicates, not us, are on this over, betting it up from 42 to 44 and a half at BetMGM. I'm against it. I'm against the smart people on both sides. I like the Saints. I think Jameis Winston off of a bye coming in New Orleans after New Orleans just beat the Falcons, although everybody knows they fucking kind of got a little lucky in that game. Kirk Cousins in the offense did whatever they wanted, got almost 500 yards of offense. Bijan was great. I think it's the Saints, and I think it's the under. I think it's going to be a Kamara and Chubb game. I don't think we're going to see much from the quarterbacks. So am I going to play it? Do I really want to get greedy after getting 2 units on the Saints and give 1 back? Absolutely not. But I have a strong lean to the Saints. Greg, you want to still defend your Browns lean, or are you kind of coming around to the other side, or are you off?
I'm not coming around to the other side at all, but I am cooling on the Browns a little bit. The reason I like Jameis here, so number one, when he went to New Orleans, obviously it's a bit of a revenge game because he went to New Orleans and they played him for 6 games and then benched him, and he got hurt, benched, whatever, and then subbed him out for Derek Carr. He's also from this area. He's from Alabama. So that was one of the reasons he went to the Saints, was he wanted to be sort of close to home. So I do see this as a bit of a homecoming game, a bit of a revenge spot. And the Saints defense is not that good. But really, I do think the Browns, what really wants me to get to the Browns is Myles Garrett, and they're going to be able to generate pressure. And that's where Carr really struggles. So it's a much different defense, even though the Browns are, you could say, a bad defense comparatively to what they typically are. They're a bad defense this year. They're better than the Falcons, and they're going to be able to generate more pressure. And I don't think that bodes well for the Saints. I also think the Saints were so up for that last game, big divisional game. Your coach just got fired. You got everything to prove. Could be a little bit of a letdown spot, and you get the Browns coming off a bye.
So you have some football reasoning and logic for why you are going against the Saints in this, and that's more so the pressure, and Derek Carr's terrible under pressure, and buying into a little bit of Jameis Winston. I think those are all very valid reasons. Still not getting me to change, though. Steak, are you going to be pushing the button on New Orleans?
Potentially. I get what Greg's saying. Like, they did get up for that game against the Falcons. It's obviously we've been playing the fired coach system for God knows how long. And we also play the bench quarterback system. Like we said, Jameis would have his best game of the year against the Ravens, and then he would falter. And so now you sort of have the Saints in that position. Like, will they come out flat after really getting up to play the Falcons? And here's the thing. is I think the Browns are so bad that you could come out flat against them and still beat them because they're fucking horrible. And I still don't know if everyone's quite there yet with understanding how bad of a football team this is. With the exception of the Ravens game, this is the worst team in the NFL. Like, they really might be that. And they don't have fucking receivers. And like I've said before, I really doubt if Chubb is even half of himself. We've seen nothing this year to imply that he is. And I just like the Saints, to be honest. I like the Saints money line. I do think it's probably going to make my card. I've obviously found success fading the Browns. And I think I might just keep pressing the button.
We have a very loyal Degen follower who is a Browns fan that literally it's like you're stabbing him in the heart when you say,
I'm sorry, Bart, but it's not like you're watching
Bart,
the game.
Bart,
you have eyeballs.
Bart, you got to take the blinders off, my man. You just have to. And also stop it. People do this to me all the time when I bet against their team, and they forget when I did bet on their team. I am the motherfucker that bet the Browns the day before Deshaun Watson got announced out last year. Thank you very much. And Joe Flacco came in. So I decided to ride with the Browns and that dog shit quarterback. And I got very lucky to go over that in-season 10.5. Very lucky. So no, we don't just hate the Browns for zero reason. Steak said Cleveland was his favorite city for the NFL draft, by the way. You just have to accept it. People are so loyal and tribal to their football teams and their sports teams. It's crazy. Can't be a fan in sports gambling. It doesn't. Dude, I'm telling you, he's not real.
That is the funniest shit he could ever say, dude. That's the funniest shit he could ever fucking say.
You guys think I'm fucking with you. He is a paid industry plant, and he is so good at his job. Don't look at people responding like he's being serious. Prime knows exactly what he's doing.
God, that's so funny.
Okay.
Dude.
All right. Fair enough. Let's keep moving. There's definitely some good games on the slate. This is not one of them. Lions and the Jags. I have absolutely nothing. Greg, you said you did like the Lions, or am
I do, but not that's a big number. This might be just the massacre of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they clean house after this because the Lions are just coming off of a sloppy. They got very lucky to win, but they pulled out the win. They stuck with it. It's insane to win a game when your quarterback throws 5 interceptions, shit. They pulled it out. They got it done. I think that was their sort of rough spot. I don't see the Jags giving them as many fits as the Texans did. And I think the Jags have kind of kept in. They've been treating gamblers well. I think they've covered 2 or 3 in a row, maybe 4 in a row, I think Mid-Major Matt had said. So I think they're due for just an absolute shellacking. And I think 14 is that's the biggest number we've seen all year, right?
That was going to be my question. Actually,
it has to be. I don't think we've seen, even 10s have been tough to come by this year. Everything's been so tight. So 14 is saying a lot, and this is saying it's Doug Peterson's last game.
It's pretty crazy that we haven't seen a number this big, even against the Carolina Panthers, for being historically bad. All right, Steak, are you doing anything with this game?
I like the Lions. And Greg said exactly what I was going to say. Like, I don't need to spend too much time saying, like, oh, should the Lions be more than 14-point favorites against the Jaguars at home? Or what is it? Like, it's the biggest spread of the year, if not close to one of the biggest spreads of the year. And I'm totally comfortable because I think the Detroit Lions are absolutely 14 points better than the Jags. Mm-hmm. They're not going to put up a stinker like the fucking Vikings did last week in Jacksonville. I don't think Jacksonville can move the ball, and that's that. I would take the Lions minus 14.
Are you going to take them?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, and Greg?
Probably.
Okay.
The last thing I'll say is the Jags have a bye after this, so there's a lot of speculation that now's the perfect time to fire Peterson because you have a bye to get the new guy in, get organized.
I could so see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Good point. Good.
Is Mac Jones playing? Is Mac Jones playing?
Yeah. I think Trevor Lawrence's injury is kind of serious.
Okay.
Yep. Jags are 2-8. I mean, I don't see where you can go with the rest of this season. You're going to be 2-9. Yeah, that's not good. Okay. If one of these guys says they're taking the Bears, I'll ban everyone. Well, I'm going to tell you right now. I've said it before. I'm going to say it one more time. Packers 5.5-point favorites on the road in Chicago, 5 at DraftKings, total 44.5. Getting the same exact vibe that I got with the Dolphins in Buffalo. I don't want to do it. I don't have many reasons to like it. I just think it's the right side. I think when you bet the NFL, I think these are the sides you have to push the button on if you want to be profitable long term. I don't think this is a spot where anybody is going to want the home dog in a divisional game. I'm going to repeat that. A divisional dog in a home game getting 5.5 points, not trendy. In these spots, if you bet them long term, I think you will win money. And we did it recently. And when I was bitching and moaning and kicking and screaming with the Cleveland Browns, it's rock bottom for the Bears. At the same time, I think Matt Eberflus is such a bad coach, and this team is so broken and so flat. That's amazing. I don't know that I can do it. I really don't know that I can do it. I respect the fuck out of Matt LaFleur. I do think the defense is going to get up. If anything, maybe I kind of like the under, but I don't know if I can do it. Steak.
I mean, I can't do it. I was really hoping you could because I actually think the Bears are the right play, but I bet the Bears as my best bet last week, and I'm a big Bears guy, so I obviously can't do it. I was hoping you were going to do it. It's like fall on the sword for us, but I obviously cannot do it.
If you want me to, I'll reconsider.
I kind of do.
Okay. Well, let's see what Greg has to say. But did you have anything else you wanted to touch on this game or not really?
No.
Okay. Greg, Packers, Bears, what do you think?
I'll be honest. On Tuesday, the Packers were on my lean, but I've completely cooled. I do think the Packers are the easiest bet on the board if you're just looking through, and they're off a bye. The Bears are beyond dead. I'm not playing a side in this just because the Bears burned me last week. They burned us so bad against the Commanders. I can't do it again. I'm warming up to the over a little bit. You get the offensive coordinator change in Chicago, which might create a little bit of a spark. You get Green Bay off a bye. These divisional games have been going over, so I might get to the counter with an over here.
Steak, last thing. Any thoughts on that?
I don't like the under at all.
You don't like the under at all?
No.
Okay. One thing to point out about the Bears defense, they had a stinker against the Patriots, but they did hold the Commanders to fucking 12 points, which is really impressive, given how the Commanders had been playing in week 9 or whatever that was. And then right off of that on the road in Arizona, they lost 29-9, but Kyler Murray was 13 of 20, 154 yards. They had 18 first downs. It's not like they did a fuck ton. I don't know. I mean, you got to get up. You got to get up to get down. And I thought this is where the defense could get up. But if you guys are saying you're going to lean into the over, I'm going to stay off of that read. Maybe it's Bears or nothing. Okay. We're on the Raiders. Mid-major Matt Seljob on the podcast, if you didn't listen to it, was fantastic. He, just to repeat one of his nuggets, he said one of the reasons that the Rams could not score against the Dolphins is because they don't have a tight end. The Dolphins are not good at covering tight ends, and Brock Bowers is one of the best young tight ends in football. Raiders coming off of a bye, kind of going to lean into what Steak said, which I think is a great take. The Raiders are just too fucking dumb to tank. They love covering back doors, as we saw them do it with the Raiders. Do it with the Chiefs. Should the Dolphins be trusted laying 7.5 points? Maybe not. Coming back cross-country, short week. A lot of reasons to like the Raiders here, in my opinion. The more and more I think about it, I'm in. Steak, we're good with the Raiders?
Yep, and I think Dolphins D, with the exception of the Ram game, is just bad enough that Raiders will be able to move the ball more than you'd expect in this game.
Got to get up to get down. Chumbawamba. Yep. Okay. Greg, you I saw your facial expression as we were listening to Matt, and we were kind of making the same reaction of like, just take my money. Obviously nothing is a lock, but I did see this line get down to 7 at a lot of places, which I guess I'm a little surprised. You'd have to imagine as we get late into Survivor, the Dolphins are also going to be a pretty popular Survivor pick in this one too. Do you go with the Raiders?
I am. I couldn't find a 7.5 last night. So in the newsletter,
Bet
even though we
MGM.
haven't MGM, got it. In the newsletter, we're 7. So
I think I
stay on my
changed it.
face. Did you? Good catch. Good
I think
catch.
I did.
Yeah, I did say when we were on mid-major Matt, and I was wrong because I looked into it more last night, but Christian Wilkins could be a coming home revenge spot. He's on the IR. He's not fucking playing. So my other take still stands though. If I think Max Crosby could actually murder Tua if he gets a clean shot. Like that's not a hot take at all. There's a 25% chance that happens. So I think the Raiders with the bye week, they still got a little bit of grit, and that's just what the Dolphins don't have. They get all these sexy weapons, and they get Jalen Ramsey on defense, but like up front, they just have no beef. Like I truly think, Degen, you're good at this of like liking the Eagles because up front they're beefy and they're always strong and they're always going to be able to bully teams just because of that beef, regardless of Jalen Hurts having a bad game, regardless of Sirianni being a bonehead. But they always have that beef, and that's something you can really lean back on. And the Dolphins just don't have that, and that's why I think year over year they prove to be fraudulent because they can put all these shiny, sexy weapons, but up front they got nothing. So I'm fine to fade them in a big spot here, especially off a big Monday night win. Right, they're on a short week. The Ravens have a full bye week ahead of them, so that's great in your favor there. And I just don't think anybody really wants to bet the Raiders at this point. I mean, who's even their quarterback?
I don't even know.
Oh, I mean, I it's a good question. I don't know actually.
It might be Minshew, but it could be Ritter.
I don't think it's Ritter. Yeah,
according to RotoWire,
I don't think it's Ritter.
It's Minshew.
I think it's Minshew.
Okay.
And just real quick, I do have to give Steak credit. I love the Eagles last year, and he went to the Eagles Bucks game, and he said the Eagles are just beefy. So that term I will give him credit for in the copyright. But yeah, no, you make a good point. And the other thing I wanted to mention that Mid-Major Matt pointed out that I did not realize, I hope he's right about this. Luke Getsy got fired. I can't believe the guy got hired to begin with. I know in the offseason, Chernoff talked about this connection between Devontae Adams and him, Getsy, and when they were in Green Bay together. You know who's calling plays, according to Mid-Major Matt now? Joe Philbin, the former Dolphins head coach. Revenge.
Wow.
So anyways, I thought that was an interesting nugget. Also, he said this is the largest play of the season for him. So, all right, Mid-Major, we're tailing. We're in. Steak. Next up, best bet, Patriots 4.5, Rams on a short week, going cross country. It looks like some sharp money did come in on the Rams here. They were 4. I think it was 5.5. Now it's back down to 4.5. My only concern here is buying the Patriots off of a win. However, I really tried to have Mid-Major Matt talk me off of this and Greg on the podcast, and they could not. And one thing Matt said to me that I'm want to remember and keep leaning into is, what did you think about the Rams in the offseason? I think they're going to be bad. I think they're going to lose games. That's why I bet on them to lose games. So this feels like the right spot this feels like a bad spot for the Rams. Nothing right about it. So I don't even know that I'm betting on the Patriots. Really what I'm doing is I'm fading the Rams here. It's your best bet. Total 43.5. What are you leaning into?
Yeah, so I am leaning into the wheels falling off for the Rams. I think it could have happened earlier because the things Geno Smith did to lose that game against the Rams for the Seahawks was pretty fucking remarkable, and they had no business really winning that game, but they did, and it is what it is. But they lost this game to the Dolphins, didn't do much on offense. And the thing for me is, like, you're betting the Patriots coming off a win, sure, whatever, but everyone came out of that game, and what did they say? They said the Bears are fucking horrible. Oh, my God, I can't believe the Bears are so bad. Oh, my God, fire the OC. Oh, my God, the players want Caleb Williams bench. But no one said the fucking Patriots are good. The only person on the Patriots who's getting even the slightest bit of respect is Drake May, and it's very well-deserved. He's fucking composed. He can move the ball down the field. He looks very, very decent. And so, yeah, I think actually you get a fucking Drake May show-out game against a secondary I kind of been dogging all year. I know Jared Verse is good, and I know the defensive line has exceeded expectations to make it to where the Rams defense isn't quite as bad as I thought it was going to be, but the secondary is still horrible. So yeah, I actually like Patriots outright in this game.
And the last time you called the Patriots outright, I got to give it to you. It was at home against the Jets. So hopefully we get a repeat of that. Greg, you're good with the Patriots?
Yeah, steak tail. He said it all. He sold me on it. So steak tail.
All right, cool. All right, here's my best bet: Denver and the Falcons. Before I go and ramble, I'll save mine for the end. I'll let you guys talk. Total 44. The Broncos are 2-point favorites. I thought it was down to 1.5. It's back up to 2. So this one's kind of bouncing around a little bit. It looks like 44 is across the board. 43.5 at FanDuel now. I did punch my bet in at 44 minus 110. If anybody wants to tail, feel free to do so responsibly. I thought this line was a little disrespectful to Kirk Cousins and a little shocking at first. Greg, how do you feel? Not necessarily about the under, but if you had to play a side in this game, do you have a lean?
Somebody said it up there, but it's too high to go. But Alex F80 said it's Kirktober. People forget. No, I'm not playing a side here. My gut takeaway, and I said this when we were on with Mid-Major Matt, I think this is every contrarian's favorite play. Seeing the Broncos favored in this spot, I just can't get there. I think this is a trap for contrarians, and I think the Falcons pull it off. I'm totally on board with the under. I'll back you on that, but be wary taking the Broncos because this is such a perfect contrarian spot that it's too perfect.
I think it's a pretty good point. Steak, what do you think?
The only pushback I'll give is the Broncos should have beat the Chiefs, and the Falcons are coming off a loss to the Saints. So I don't know if I think it's as contrarian as you think it is, but I think you guys have said enough throughout the week to talk me off of betting the Broncos, so totally fine. Realistically, the betting against the Falcons has kind of been oddly sharp all year, and the only time I hit with ease was not even with ease, but Saints. Totally fine, like you're under. I do lean Broncos, but like I think you guys have said enough that I won't get there. No real reason to fade the Falcons. I just feel like they're in a weird position where they have such a commanding lead in the division now that I don't know we're getting their best football out of them, but we'll definitely see against the Broncos defense what Kirk can do.
It's not, as somebody who's got a Falcons ticket, it's not as commanding as it might seem. I mean, they're 2 games up on the Bucs, which is...
But 2 games up with 2 wins over them.
Yeah, so essentially 3 games, but you just dropped one to the Saints. You can't be dropping games to the Saints and the Broncos and expect to win the division.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say this. We looked at the Bucs schedule for the rest of the year, and it's insanely easy.
Yeah, it's a cakewalk.
Yeah. Sure.
Shut up.
4 road games in 5 weeks is easy.
Oh, the Panthers, the Cowboys. Like, who do they play? We're not talking about traveling. We're talking about who do they play.
Playing everybody the Falcons played. Playing everybody the Falcons played.
They have one of the easiest schedules down the stretch. They also don't play the Chiefs, so that's not everybody the Falcons play. Oh, they did play the Chiefs.
Oh, how about you just stop there? Yeah, how about you just stop there, fucking guy?
Yeah, but it is an easy schedule down the stretch. Have they played the Panthers yet?
No. Opponent-wise, it's a very easy schedule. We all agree on that.
Yes, we all agree. But we're not going to act like the Bucs are some big bad team. They have literally nobody to throw the football to, and they have a terrible defense. Anyways, it's not what this is about. This is about, first of all, just looking at a number. What, Steak?
No, nothing. Keep talking.
Okay. Just looking at the number 44. Maybe it looks high. Maybe it doesn't look high. We know the Broncos have a pretty good defense. But would you guess that the Broncos are a team that have gone over in 5 out of their last 6 games?
No.
Not only is the defense get a lot of respect, but surprisingly, I don't think most people realize how good the offense has been. I heard that Bo Nix, when not pressured, is a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. I think that was a churn-off nugget. And the Atlanta Falcons are terrible at applying pressure to the quarterback. That is the one football reason concern I would give you to not like this over, or to not like this under, or to say that you like the Broncos. However, doesn't bother me at all. I think that this is a really tough spot for the Broncos. Back-to-back road games at Baltimore, at the Chiefs, coming off of a really tough loss like that. And then you got a Falcons team that's also playing back-to-back road games for the first time all season. They've been in their cozy little fucking dome. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 times. This is like the 4th road game. Finally, they're getting out there. They're flapping their wings. Just losing to the Saints. Hopefully, I'm not getting greedy here and hoping that the Falcons suck again. I kind of agree with what Greg is saying. I am nervous they pull out a win, but what I'm not nervous about is Kirk Cousins thriving in 40-degree weather in Denver, high altitude, in an Atlanta Falcon jersey. It doesn't compute to me. Dome team, Kirk Cousins, outdoors. I think they're going to struggle. I think we're going to see a 17-14 game. Don't know who has 17 though. So that's my reasoning on that. All right, we'll keep it moving here. We are, let's see, into the 4:00 slate. A couple more games left. Let's finish strong. San Francisco and the Seahawks. I don't know what the fuck to do about this game. Steak, I'll let you just start talking about this. Niners are 6.5-point favorites. Totals 48.
I think I'm leaning towards believing that the San Francisco 49ers put it all together this week. CMC back, first game back. They worked him in. He was fine. He wasn't remarkable, but he was fine. I've said before, as long as he's healthy, I know he's questionable, but I think Jawan Jennings is every bit as serviceable as Brandon Ayuk. Ricky Pearsall came on the scene last week. Debo's Debo, even though he's fucking fighting long snappers. And I see this as a game where the Niners put it all together and probably beat the shit out of a dead Seahawks team, which I know when we had this conversation on Tuesday, I said they both have their issues. As I think about it, I think the Seahawks issues are quite a bit more serious than the Niners issues.
I think that's fair. Greg, where's your head at with the Niners?
I don't really have a side here because it should be a week that the Niners get it all together. Like CMC got the dust off and should be able to thrive. I did like the over on this, but I'm seeing that it's moved down a good bit. It had kind of flown up from, it opened at 49.5 and then it got up to 50.5 and now it's down to 48. So that coming back down definitely concerns me. This is probably a total stay away, but I do think the Seahawks are really starting to struggle. The only reason I don't want to fade them is they're coming off a bye and they have a defensive minded head coach who could get the defense in order over that last week for a rematch against the 49ers, right? They've seen them already. So
mid-major Matt.
Something just seems wrong with the 49ers this year, and I don't know what it is.
Real quick, doesn't this just mean they're 49ers fans and they probably do that every weekend?
Yeah, that could be. No, mid-major Matt had a good point. He said, the Seahawks having a defensive-minded head coach were a team that needed a bye.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like betting on teams after a bye because I feel like the public perception is, they have extra time to prepare and they're rested and blah, blah, blah. And it always makes you think that they have an advantage. But when there is a team that needs a bye, I will reconsider. Steak, I don't know if I told you this, but remember how I look at Wager Talk and I look at the splits, and last week I told you the under, or not even the under, the total with the most money on it was the under in the Titans Chargers.
Yes.
94% of the money. And of course that game went over. The team with the most money on them this weekend, according to Wager Talk, 93% of the money is the San Francisco 49ers. 6.5 opener, 6.5 flat. I like the over. I think the Niners score points, but maybe the offense does too. The Seahawks offense does too. I think it's like a 28-24 game. Niners win, but don't cover. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, we can move on. Game of the weekend here. Greg, this is your best bet. The Chiefs and the Bills. Bills are 2.5-point favorites. Totals 46. I think we might disagree a little bit on the side, but I'm with you on this under. So I'll let you start it off. And by the way, you can get all of our best bets and plays every weekend at the newsletter, thedegenerateweekly.com. Subscribe for free. Thank you to everybody who's paying. We are total ass in the NFL, but we are trying to get right. Been a great college season. Greg, under 46.
Yeah, I'll start with this because I was kind of curious when I got on here and just to see what past matchups have been. But if you look at these past matchups between Bills and Chiefs, which is the best rivalry of the last 5 years for sure. But like early on, these were dead overs. Like 2021, every time they played one over. 2022, you started to see a little bit of a shift in 2023 with these games going under. Granted, the last time they played in the playoffs, I think it went over. There was 51 in that game. So I think these teams are starting to get really familiar with each other and starting to figure out how to dial in the defense. And also it's such a big game that I think both teams are pretty cautious. I don't think you see as many, and maybe that works in our favor, right? Where you go for it on fourth down and they don't get it. But to back up, I think this line, I think you got to be crazy to fade Patrick Mahomes as a dog again. I think you just got to be crazy. And I'm sure eventually the tide's going to turn. I'm sure it's going to happen, and he's going to lose as an underdog. But right now is fucking every game in the playoffs last year except the Dolphins. And then the one time you saw it this year against the 49ers, they beat the shit out of them. So, like, why fade that just to get the Bills minus 2.5? That doesn't make sense to me. I get that the line might make sense, but it's not like the Chiefs have been – this is going to be the worst undefeated team that we've seen, right? Because they're just winning the game. They're not doing anything that impressive. They're doing just enough to get by, and that's what I think happens here. The Chiefs do just enough to get by and pull out the win. Both these defenses are very good. The Bills are missing a ton of weapons. Obviously, the Chiefs' wide receiver core is depleted. Pacheco is missing again, I believe, this week. It's just tough, man. It's tough to and I do think it's tough to pick a side, I'll say. But I do think you look at this and you see Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, fireworks points, and I think it's a very different rivalry that's starting to emerge between these teams, and we get an under.
I'm good with that. Steak, where's your head at with Chiefs Bills?
So I like his under. I love his under. I think it's very appropriate for the theme of this NFL season, where you're probably getting excited for close to the game of the year for people who love the NFL. Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, Bills, Chiefs. And I think it would be super appropriate when it's fucking sloppy and not that high scoring. I also think just because of the Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce fucking effect, Chiefs, the Chiefs defense is just never going to quite get the respect it deserves this year specifically because they're so good. And so, yeah, I actually think it's quite the defensive football game, to be honest. I lean Chiefs. I've said that to you guys. I also loved Greg's narrative about the Chiefs going undefeated and losing the Super Bowl. I can't get that out of my head.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I lean Chiefs, and I'll obviously be joining on the under.
How do I listen to the podcast with Dom and Major Matt? Go to Spotify or Apple and search The Board Review. You should be able to find it there. Throw us a review and subscribe while you're there. Appreciate it. I'm with you guys. I'm going to respect Greg's take of the Chiefs going undefeated in the regular season and losing in the Super Bowl. It's the only reason I'm not betting the Bills. I think because the Chiefs came through against the Niners in this similar situation and with the injuries of Keon Coleman, Amari Cooper, and Dalton Kincaid, I don't think many people are going to be betting the Bills here. Feel like it's a little
Cooper out. Is that official?
I don't know. I don't know if it's official, but plays into the under. I think we're going to get Josh Allen hero ball. I do think that defense is going to step up. It's going to be I think it's going to be a low scoring, grinded out win. I don't think the bounces are going to go the Chiefs' way. I have a weird feeling the Bills win this. Greg, you had your hand up. You want to say one more thing?
I just want to set the record properly. My take is that the Chiefs go 18-1, which means they lose in the AFC Championship. If we're going to live in fantasy land, let me paint my fantasy perfectly. The Chiefs lose in the AFC Championship, not the Super Bowl.
Oh, I thought
because you have one more game this year.
Oh, I thought it was similar to the Patriots.
I'm living in fantasy land. It doesn't matter. I just want the record straight. So if it happens like that, I truly sound like a genius. But also now I have you guys on record to lose in the Super Bowl, so I get both.
No. So who's your Super Bowl team out of the AFC right now? Bengals.
No, I don't know. I just don't want to have I want to have that out as a fan that the Steelers can maybe get there. I know it's not happening. My team in the AFC was the Jets. That's dead. I don't know who it's going to be from the AFC. It's really tough to call. It could be the Bills.
Don't give me it's tough to call. Can you fucking just give me a team for the love of God?
Steelers.
God, okay, thank you. Was that so hard? Steak, I need your help real quick. You told me to claim. I'm sorry, we have to do this in the middle of our stream, but my waiver wire ends at 12, and I had Dalton Kincaid claimed. I need a wide receiver tight end. Sorry, Greg. I'm in
wide receiver tight end?
Wide receiver / tight end. Hold on. This is very important. I have 18 minutes. Dalton Kincaid is ruled out. That was the guy I had in. I got Hunter Henry, Evan Ingram, Booty, DeMario Douglas, Michael Pittman Jr. is available. I don't even know if he's playing.
Oh, is he questionable?
Talon Tucker.
This is not urgent. You have 18 minutes, but then you have 2 days after that. Because today's Friday. So you also have Saturday and Sunday.
Oh,
this is not urgent. Tempo pace. Come on.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No one wants to read the fantasy football waiver wire.
I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry. I thought I had to get in today. But Steak, real quick. Any of those names? Did you like them?
I like Michael Pittman if he's playing, and I like DeMario Douglas.
I like DeMario Douglas too. All right, let's keep moving. Bengals and Chargers. We also have some discourse on this. Great Sunday night football matchup. Hopefully. I'm going to let you guys start it off. Steak, you can start. I think you wanted to go what I feel like was contrarian here with the Chargers at home, -1.5, total at 48. Are the Bengals a square play? Are they a trendy dog? I don't know. Let's see what the chat says, but where's your head at with this game right now?
Me first?
You first.
I saw a funny thing about how Justin Herbert's passing the torch off to Joe Burrow about being the if guy. You know, like if my weapons were better, or if my defense was better, or if blah, 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 we'd be Super Bowl contenders. And this year, I love Joe Burrow. He's playing good football, but the Bengals and Joe Burrow are the if team for sure. If one possession games had all went a different way this year, the Bengals would be 8-2 and the Chiefs would be 2-7. So fun stat, but bad teams lose close games. The Bengals are a pretty bad team in my opinion, and they are always a trendy dog. And after every loss the Bengals have, you say the thing, oh, guess we got to go 6-1. Guess we got to go net. And after they lose to the Chargers this week, guess you got to win out and go 7-0 to get to the playoffs. But the Bengals aren't making the playoffs. And I really like what I've seen from the Chargers. You put Justin Herbert with a coach, a good run game. The defense is awesome. I know what mid-major Matt's take is that they haven't played very good offensive opponents. I totally understand that take for sure. But good football is good football in the NFL to me, and the Chargers are absolutely playing good football, and the Bengals are playing sloppy, losing the end of the game football, with the exception of Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. I like the Chargers. I think they're going to surprise people with this one, the way they dominate the trenches, and I just think they control time of possession, and I think they win this game.
Probably going to keep me off. I will say at first glance, the Bengals were almost going to be my best bet. Greg, where's your head at after a full week to stew on it?
Probably going to keep me off with a big however. And rather than bet the Bengals in this game, I think I'm just going to take them to make the playoffs. They're plus 120. Their schedule's pretty easy. If they win this game, they're in great shape to get the 6 or 7 seed. Granted, the defense has been very bad. And Steak, we talked about this with mid-major Matt. They've been very bad, but where they've been their worst is against mobile quarterbacks. So their 4 worst games of the year were against Lamar Jackson once, against Lamar Jackson twice, against Jalen Hurts, and against Jaden Daniels. All those games they gave up 35 plus and were just a complete disaster. But Burrow can keep the offense firing. I think the Chargers defense might be a little inflated. Not to say that they're bad, but I just think they're a little bit inflated. And I think Burrow will find success. It's just, can the Bengals defense get enough stops, which is tough to bet. But they have shown that they can be really good when they're not playing a mobile quarterback. Not really good. They've shown that they can be comp enough to let Joe Burrow do his thing and get the win when they're playing a quarterback that's not mobile.
I think.
Do you want to guess who the non-mobile quarterbacks were they played?
They were pretty bad. Jacoby Brissett comes to mind.
Jacoby Brissett is one. They lost that game. I also think they played, was it Jameis or Deshaun Watson? Daniel Jones. Who else?
Deshaun Watson's a mobile quarterback.
Not to the tier of those other guys. Those other guys are probably the 3
Daniel Jones
and like Kyler.
Fucking quarterback. Yeah, and the Raiders, whoever was starting for the Raiders when they played. But I get what you're saying, and I agree with the mobile aspect, but I think it's got to be mentioned that the non-mobile guys they played were dog shit.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true.
Okay.
Other point, they get T. Higgins back this week, which helps the offense a fucking ton.
I would Steak, would you agree? Like, that's good news that you would actually legitimately factor into, and if you were to bet on the Bengals, because I know we don't like to do that stuff, but that does legitimately help the Bengals offense.
It would absolutely not be bad or good news, I would say. I'll say that.
Yeah. Okay. I know sometimes that gets confusing to say.
Did you guys see? I think he's like a Bengals beat writer, but he had a thread
run up the hill.
Higgins running up the hill. That's so good.
Very good. Yeah, I like it. I mean, look, the one thing I think of here is I don't want to bet on a soft finesse style team against the Chargers, who I just keep seeing every week.
They're having fun.
They're having fun. They love playing with each other. Herbert looks awesome. As much as I bitched about watching that 4:00 slate, I still enjoyed watching Justin Herbert play football. Gus Edwards was back. I don't know if you guys watched it. 4 or 5 yard gains. I mean, they were violent. He was running violently. This could be, if you're betting on the Chargers, this could be that 1-2 punch where these guys combine for like 200 plus rushing yards and they keep Joe Burrow off the field. So the more I thought about that, the more I was like, you know what? I'm going to stay off of the Bengals. Total 48. I don't really know what to do there either. Steak, were you going to say something? Sorry.
No, I do think the Chargers slow this game down, so I wouldn't go crazy on that over.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably stay off that too.
Can I say one thing to
Yes.
make fun of you, Degen, real quick? Just so everybody
Why
sees
did
what
you
happens.
ask?
What happens in our group text. But Degen, probably, what do you think, mid second quarter of the first game of the year,
Oh God,
when
I know
the
what you're gonna
Chargers were
say.
coming out slow against the Raiders, Degen texted us and said, "I can't believe I only took the Chargers team total under. I should have taken their adjusted team total under for wins." Mind you, this is 25 minutes into the NFL season. This is how his brain works sometimes. So I feel like I got to call him out on that when he was like, "Oh, I took the regular. I should have taken 5.5. This team's not winning 3 games off of 14 minutes of football."
I don't even remember who that game was against.
It was against the Raiders.
Oh, yeah.
And laugh it up.
It's so funny sometimes to count your season long bet as a win 20 minutes into a football game. I've never seen that before.
To be fair, I didn't necessarily count it as a win. I just wish I had some investment on the alt under if they were to be as bad as I had hoped they would be. That was a really bad first half of football against the Las Vegas Raiders. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, waiting for that team to come back.
Yeah.
No, I hate it. I literally, ever since then, I've just hated it more and more and more, fading the Chargers. They are a very, very fun team.
Yeah. They're going to be a lot of fun to get on next year.
I was going to say this just real quick. I agree with this like lightning comment. I wouldn't call Justin Herbert immobile.
Me too.
I wouldn't either. But I'm saying comparing him to Daniels, Jackson, Hurts.
Yeah, no, can't do that.
Yeah, he's not having 50, 60 rushing yards a game.
That's my point. Yeah.
But
And that's where they've really struggled.
It's going to be interesting because I don't know that any of us talked about it. If you look at the teams that the Chargers have faced, there's really only like 2 good quarterbacks so far. And one of them's Kyler Murray, which
no, you're right. You're right. That's Matt, mid-major Matt's take too. And that's a correct take.
Yeah. Okay, gentlemen, strong showing here. Let's just run through the board one more time. Recap it for everybody.
Prime's going to get so fired up if you don't say something about the Cowboys. Pass.
Quick thoughts on that game. I do actually like the Cowboys, I think.
I might too.
Steak, you do too?
No. I don't like the Cowboys.
All right, let's run through each game and give our favorite play. Colts, Jets, I like the over. Steak?
I like the over too. Anthony Richardson touchdown.
Okay, Greg?
Josh Downs.
That's it? No Colts?
Nah, I'm off of them.
Okay.
They're a really public dog this week.
I like the Vikings maybe a little bit more than I like the under. I might get there with the Vikings. Steak?
Vikings, but Tony Pollard always going to get his.
I think he might be hurt.
Oh, is he?
Well, I don't know. I think so.
I think he's playing.
Fuck. Starting
Tony Pollard doesn't miss games, dude.
Yeah. Greg?
Under.
Okay. Ravens, Steelers. I like the under. No master classes in here for me. Steak?
Steelers. Train
Steelers.
keeps rolling.
Okay. Greg's fired the fuck up. Greg, are we still watching football Sunday at 1?
I believe so. I get a wedding Saturday. I get a cousin in town Sunday morning for brunch. So just game time decision.
You sound like Ben.
Who does he sound like?
You. He sounds like you.
How does he sound like me?
A wedding.
I get a wedding.
Cousin, dude. He's going to tell the cousin to take Georgia State plus 7.5. It'll take the money line.
I did have back-to-back
like
Friday weddings.
She's like a 25-year-old chick. She does not have Georgia State on Saturday.
Well,
no.
That's too bad. Okay, we'll keep it moving. I like the Saints and the under. Steak?
Saints.
Jabu.
Say his name. Nothing for me here. Steak?
Lions.
Bears, Packers. I got to go Bears.
I'm not fucking saying a fucking word about this game or listening to anybody else say anything about it either.
Okay. I'll bet the Bears for you. Greg?
Thank you. Thank you.
Over. I'm going to go over.
I think Steak said he liked the over too. We're all on the Raiders, so we can pass on that. Patriots, Greg's best bet.
Steak.
Steak what?
Steak's best bet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yep. Sorry. Patriots, Steak best bet. Falcons, Broncos. I'm on the under. Guys, one more time because it's an intriguing matchup. Falcons or Broncos, Steak, where you at?
Lean Broncos. Admit that it could be a duping, but I do lean Broncos.
Okay. Greg with the Falcons.
Yep. Kirktober.
Okay, fair enough. Seahawks, Niners. I'm going to go 28-24 Niners, exact score POD. Steak?
31-20 Niners.
31-20. Ooh. Because it said 31-20 Niners, so I thought it was 31-29. Did I catch a Niner in there? That's the first time that movie quote's actually played out in real life. Greg?
I get nothing in this one.
Bitch. Chiefs and Bills. Greg's best bet, the under. I'm going to go Bills. Steak?
I'm going to go Chiefs and obviously tail Greg.
Okay.
I might get to the Chiefs too.
Okay. Double dipping. Bengals, Chargers. I admit that I love the Bengals at first. I am off of everything in this game. Steak?
Love Chargers.
Bengals to make the playoffs plus 120.
Okay. And
that's not what the odds are, right?
It is.
The Bengals are plus 120 to make the playoffs right now?
Yeah.
What does that tell you?
I think that's really interesting.
In what way?
I thought the odds would be a lot higher after fucking losing last week. I thought that was the odds going into last week.
Yeah.
No, it's this week. Their schedule's pretty easy. Granted, they have the Steelers twice. They typically play the Steelers pretty well, but other than that, it's a pretty cakewalk of a schedule.
Interesting. I guess that last wild card spot probably going to get it at like 8 and 9 or 9 and 8.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is that last wild card spot. You get the Chargers in there at the 6, and you get the Broncos in there at 7.
I'm wondering if this is what I was getting at. Steak, is this what your brain is thinking now?
What? Not really. No, I don't think you're going to be able to talk me off of thinking the Chargers are going to win this game. This is the thing, bro. I said it. We say it every week. Every time they lose, and then we find their road to the playoffs, but they keep losing.
It's a fair point. All right, gentlemen.
I am so happy. I almost nuked a Jets Bengals to make the playoffs parlay. Whew. Very happy I laid
and
off
here
that
I
one.
am giving you credit for ringing the fucking bell on the Jets sucking.
This was months ago. A month ago. Not months. A month ago.
Wait, real quick. Back to my waiver wire pickup. Demario Douglas Steak?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Actually, you know what?
I didn't ask
you
you
on him right now.
I didn't ask
I'm
you.
going to outbid you on him.
Oh, don't do that. Thank you. All right, guys. We'll shut it down. Thank you very much for taking the time. We did talk NBA in the first about 45 minutes. So if you want to watch the stream back on YouTube, Twitch, listen to the podcast, feel free. Steak has some a potential dog of the day. Greg, if you didn't hear it with the Suns, we'll see what he ends up tweeting out. Make sure to follow everybody. Steak friend with 2 A's, Greg_GoGoDino. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. We will chat this weekend. And Greg, I'm going to move the odds to -180 that I'm not going to see you on Sunday. But it was a pleasure.
It's a pick 'em.
I would hammer the no. Steak, any Magic games this weekend?
I'm not going to any, but yeah, we play the Sixers tonight.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're not going. Okay. All right, guys. Have a great day. I'm going to shut it down or find someone to raid. I'll chat with you guys later. Peace. All right. Everybody, thank you for hanging out. And then one more time, if you're not subscribed to the newsletter, please feel free. Also, shout out Freddie Mills. Freddie Mills went 3-0 yesterday. You'll love to see that after getting chirped by a bozo fucking Ramble. I didn't see subbing 53 minutes ago. I'm sorry about that. W giving out a gifted sub. Fat Girl said, hello, Anthony Edwards, masterclass candidate tonight. Yes, as we discussed, he always loves him some masterclass candidates. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very mumuch for hanging out. It's a good time. And I'm going to send you over to Betting News. Good dudes over at Betting News. I hope they're not wrapping up. Let's go over to Betting News and say what's up to those lovely gentlemen. I hope you have a great weekend. We will see you for Prop Talk on Sunday morning. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube, hit subscribe, follow the page, and appreciate you guys. Have an awesome weekend. We'll be in touch. Peace.